Hello everyone, welcome back. So today we're going to be playing Pyke, and I'll be facing off against the Grand Heist adventure. Just trying to get a couple of runs in before they go ahead and release the new patch. The one that should bring Madarda into the game. That's going to be exciting. But for now, let's just go with Pyke. And the setup I'm running is just the standard Pyke relic and 2 Stalker Blades to further clear the board and help level up Pyke. Just pretty simple stuff. I wonder if I can just draft a deck full of large units and have that be my win condition, because theoretically everything has lurk. Not just because of our powers, but because of the fact in fact all units that cost 4 or more have Mariner's Ruse. So maybe I should just fish for a large champion, or a champion that has large units associated with it. Let's reroll all of these, none of them seem that exciting. Echo's interesting. So is Jarvan. Same can be said about Kai'Sa, especially because Kai'Sa has heavy hands and scout. But actually Kai'Sa is not that great, because the Hunter's Machete makes it so we grow the stats of one of the opponent's units. Maybe Jarvan is better, especially with Cataclysm. It allows me to attack on the opponent's offensive turns, proc or lurk more often. Yeah, that seems good. Let's go with that. And for our power, all of these are pretty bad. Triferian Might. Yeah, Triferian Might. With the old stat growing we'll be doing, maybe we'll be able to proc it eventually. Now let's see, all of these are pretty bad. If I would like something that doesn't just work off of play effects, and I would like some things that don't have scout. I guess this is the best I can do. Great Horn Companion. Bright Steel Formation's interesting. I'm going to pick it up. Worst case scenario is it's a 9/9 with spell barrier. Wraith of Echoes. Not sure. Blood in the Water. Blood in the Water. Is that good? Doesn't seem like it. Relentless Pursuit is just that, but better. They're both slow speed rallies. I think it's either a Relentless Pursuit or a reroll. Let's reroll. Moham Protégé. Sure. Double attack. Challenger. Seems fine. And I guess I'm picking up the Duran Sculptor. I suppose, because I don't have that much early game, and I do need some early plays. I'm just going to reroll that, and they didn't seem like good plays. Go hard. It messes up my lurk a little bit. I really want a unit heavy deck. This is more like it, I suppose. And now for our second to last pick, I'm going to reroll again. I'm going to end up spending all of my rerolls here, but whatever. Single combat, I guess, because it doesn't get stuck in the deck. And Marai Songstress. It's an early game play, and I do need those. Our deck's a mess. I have a random Wraith of Echoes because I just like the card, but it never pans out for me. Bright Steel Formation is definitely a good pickup, especially if I can cheat it out with our power. Other than that, I guess we'll try to do our best, even though it's a bit iffy if things will turn out well for me. Definitely we're shuffling those back into the deck. I'll keep the Duran Sculptor for the early play. A Great Horn Companion is also nice. It starts off by default being able to strike into an opponent's unit. Yeah, I'll just drop him down, fish for some damage there. I'll attack with this, proc the Lurk. Ooh, we got a Pyke immediately. That's good. Next turn, depending on what the opponent plays, I might Cataclysm or not. Crap. Not a great position to be in. I think this is the correct play. I mitigate the amount of damage taken as much as possible. It hurts, but at the very least I can then follow it up with the Marai Songstress, attack for free this turn. In fact, I'm going to play the Laham Protege here. Try to fish for another, or try to fish for a clear on one of the opponent's units. It's good that he's using that on my offensive turn instead of his, because now the amount of units he can put on board is reduced. And the fact that I have 2 deaths from below is 3 deaths from below is very good. Now I don't have to worry about any attacks whatsoever. In fact, I'm just going to let him attack here, just so I can do this, completely clear his board. And I summon a Pyke, level up Pyke in fact. Yeah. Right, I summoned 2 Pykes because that's how the spell works. Well, that just makes our job a lot easier. I'm pretty sure I just kill him here. I even cheat out Jarvan. Ooh. That first encounter is always incredibly rough. 30 damage because of the opponents having that much pressure. Unfortunate, but I think I can deal with it. When you pick a non-champion card from randomly selected options, create a copy in hand and reduce its cost by 1. We don't really do that, so I guess Starlit's here, even though we don't really cast a lot of spells. Yeah, sure, let's increase the density of Pykes in deck. Ooh, Power Riff. I'm pretty sure it doesn't work on the deaths from below, but just working on Pyke alone might be good enough, because that makes it so we can play Pyke earlier, and considering he strikes at least 2 units on summon, that might be enough to clear a board. Or some boards at least. Let's toss those 2 back. I don't know why I'm keeping the Wraith of Echoes, I should have tossed it back into the deck as well. Oh well. With how many cards I'm drawing here, I mean, can even go for Pyke turn 1. Let's drop down a unit and see what the opponent does first.
cautious, Kahiri. We don't know what to expect.
You worry too much. I'll be fine.
Yeah, sure, let's summon a Pyke. Then I attack with everything. In theory, this kills the opponent's unit because it grows my unit's attack power by 2.
A little reinforcement at the scene.
Yep. Never mind, that was the only way the opponent kills my Pyke. That's what I get for being greedy. It's fine, because I still have the second Pyke in hand. In fact, I'm going to save that Pyke. I think I can afford to do so. That's fine. I'll just Cataclysm that unit down. Stony Suppressor. You know what? I don't have that many spells in the deck, so that might work out in my favor.
Now that's a bit better.
Ooh! And I even get to keep my Durant Sculptor. Lucky me. Yeah, let's go for double 2. It spends our mana more efficiently
A little
than just
reinforcement
going
at
for the Great Horn, like I
a slight adjustment.
thought about doing. Let's attack with everything here. That's lethal. The opponent has to have some form of removal. Neither of those are removal. And they're not debuffs either. Game over. Very cool of the opponent to not have anything there. It just meant that I could close out the game that much faster. Now, Swift Wing Lancer, Exalted Cloudwinder. You know what, let's pick up the Swift Wing Lancer. Sure, it has anti-up, but worst case scenario I'll just summon it right away. Allies have fated. Let's reroll that. Duelist is significantly better. And just in case I get multiple Pykes in hand, let's pick up a Bone Skewer. Get an extra item on that. I'm definitely picking up the Twisted Fate. Except Twisted Fate won't actually be a lurker. Maybe I should have picked up the action then, because at the very least action would be a lurker because of our power to make what's it called? Hell, line weight. Line weight would work with action. Actually, no, it might work with Twisted Fate, because Twisted Fate gets its cost reduced to 3. So maybe it will work out. We'll see. First we have to take on this fight. Do I want to go for the Great Horn Companion? Yeah, it deals a bit of damage to the opponent's unit. Seems fine.
Get bloody, get paid.
Then I can do this, clear both the opponent's units pretty nicely. Unfortunately, I don't draw into a unit, I draw into a spell. But that just means I can go for this next turn. Clear one of the opponent's units. Then again, doing this makes it so the opponent's unit grows, right? Yep. Grows just out of reach. So no, let's not do that. Let's just run Sculptor.
Every work demands a piece of ourselves.
See what the opponent does. That's not that frightening. Do you want to do anything else? Jailbreak. Sure. Anything else, opponent? I'll keep passing until until he passes back, I suppose, because none of these are that frightening. Not even that attack is. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and do this now, because the opponent's units no longer grow that much. In fact, they don't grow at all because I won't be rallying. Never mind. This is fine anyway. Procs my lurk, shows my unit. Ooh, I even go ahead and clear 2 of the opponent's units. 3 because he decides to trade in. Lucky me. I might just be able to close out the game next turn.
Now that's a bit better.
The opponent's board is empty, so I can go for a scout attack quite neatly. And then I'll attack right afterwards. Yet again. Yep, no matter what he did there, I'm pretty sure he would have died. Nice. Now all I have to do is this against the clock hand. I feel like clock hand might be a bit tricky because I'll just have to have him get rid of all of his removal options and all of his overwhelmers, and then I think I'll be fine. What do I cut here? I think it's either the Wraith of Echoes or the Starlit Seer. In fact, I don't really think I need the Starlit Seer because I have the Marais Songstress guaranteed and the Twisted Fate now. So maybe getting rid of a couple of the lower cost units might be fine. I think I want to keep the Lohan Protégé. But yeah, the Wraith of Echoes is definitely a cut, right? Yeah, no way that works out for me. The next cut might be the Swiftwing Lancer, because now that I think about it, the unit it generates isn't a lurker. So it wouldn't really have synergy with my deck. I desperately need every unit to be a lurker. Now then, yeah, the lane weight works. Let's go for Twisted Fate here. No, I desperately need to play for the Vault, right? So I should go for a 2 first.
My song to safer harbor.
Okay. Sure, opponent. Whatever you say. Honestly, that's a pretty weak first turn by the opponent. I think I might be able to do this. Next turn I'll just Twisted Fate to stun the opponent's unit. Like so. And then that thing gets cleared. If the Preservationist attacks and pulls the Twisted Fate, which it will definitely do, I'll just use the single combat to clear one of the other units. Wait, actually it doesn't try to clear the Twisted Fate? Why? That's so weird. Sure, I'll take the 10. I can just do this, clear one of the opponent's units, proc the Lurk. Let's get the Vanguard Defender because it counts as a lurker, because it's cheap enough. Ooh, that's what he wanted. Death from below. I don't even have to worry about the opponent summoning a large board and overwhelming me. Let's go for the Great Horn Companion. Yeah, the opponent does that, but it's fine. I can just attack like so and clear most of his units. Clear all of his units, in fact. Well then, I might just be able to go for a pretty quick kill on whatever he plays next turn with the Cataclysm on the Twisted Fate. Yeah, let's play for that.
Ready for deployment.
Nice. A clean kill there. We proc lurk yet again. You know what? Sure, let's pick up the Relentless Pursuit. It might be relevant later. Might be relevant now. And I'll wait for my board to be even bigger. I think I can grow them even further now. Should I burn one of my units, but it's fine. Let's just do this. Proc lurk yet again. Oh, unfortunately, Jarvan is going to be burned. Yep. But it's alright. Let's single combat that thing down. Clear up some board space as well. Next turn, if he doesn't play anything, or even if he plays something, you can just Relentless Pursuit on Skewer like so. Yeah, that's good. Deny the opponent the growth of his stats, while at the same time setting up to deal a bunch of damage to his Nexus. It just might be possible to kill the opponent with damage, especially if my units keep growing like so, and the opponent doesn't really do much of anything. Like he has a full board of landmarks, some of which don't do much when they count down. Oh no, a Shadow Fiend, whatever will I do?
Now that's a bit better.
Yeah, my board now deals 100 damage per attack. Pretty sure I'm just going to kill him with damage. Do I have hand space. Maybe I should play the Lohan Protege. Yeah, I'll pass. No need to overcommit. I can save up these resources in case I desperately need them. It would be nice if he went ahead and cleared my board, however. I really don't feel like... Or I really feel like playing Pyke. Sure, go ahead and do whatever you want, opponent. I was thinking about either death from below or something else, but nah. Doesn't seem like it will work out for me. Maybe if the opponent attacks here. Nah, he doesn't want to attack, obviously. Makes sense. All of my units are so massive.
I guess you can win them all.
I might just deck myself out with Twisted Fate.
Luck is smiling.
So it would be nice if the opponent... If the opponent went ahead and killed Twisted Fate. But I might just have to do that myself. Well, at least with Jarvan on board now, we'll be able to generate a... Oh, never mind. Right, Jarvan gets burned. Well, in that case, let's go for a... Yeah, Lohan Protege, sure. I don't want to risk decking myself out, so I have to drop down Pyke eventually. Might just death from below. Like right now. Especially because the opponent is attacking. But then again, what's exactly stopping me from just jump blocking with everything and then drop down Pyke right afterwards? Like so. To rally and get a Pyke. And especially level up Pyke immediately. No, I can shuffle this Pyke back into the deck to prevent decking out. Then again, I might just end up killing the opponent before I either deck out or proc the vault. 3 cards left. Definitely don't want to draw, but it's not like I have a better option than doing this. It forces the opponent's hand. I need to play a 3. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this for a 2. It doesn't matter. Then I'm going to play a 3. Let's play a 5, I guess. Even if it rallies it, it's okay. Another 5. I'll do that next turn. Except next turn it's going to change, right? Well, I have 4 cards in deck, I have time. Ooh, that's a 9. I just go Bright Steel formation and I'm done with it. No, I'm not done. I need to play a 3 and I don't have a 3. I do have a way to clear the opponent's entire board though. And it's a very good one at that. So at least I don't have to worry about the opponent killing me out of nowhere here. Not like he could have with his deck. Yeah, I think the game is under control now. Yep. Countdown, and I win. That was a bit more nerve-wracking than I wanted. I could have probably tried to go for a kill with the damage, but that might have been too much. Let's quick strike blade, sure. Or Titanify. Titanify allows me to go for Pyke extremely early, because the condition is Pykes have dealt 15 damage, Pyke strikes twice on summon, and 8 plus 8 is 16. Yeah, let's pick up the Titanify. So now Pyke levels up immediately as long as the opponent has 2 units. Deceptively deadly. We don't really make use of sorcery that well, so I guess deceptively deadly it is. Let's hope I have enough pressure to close out this game quickly. This deck is a bit on the slower end. Then again, if the opponent plays 2 units here, I can just drop down Pyke and level him up immediately. And I know he is going to have at least 1 unit on board. Yep. Oh, I burned cards at the start of the game now. That's a bit unfortunate. Let's try to wait out the opponent's plays.
To safer harbor.
Okay, cool. Let's see if this works out in my favor. It doesn't actually work that well. Mostly because it appears the growth happens somewhere in between the strikes. This dealt 12. So it was like it dealt 3 and then the 8. Or something. Something weird like that. Or it was like the Rolling Sands were reducing the attack value. It's definitely not working the way I expected it would. I'm still dealing a bit of damage. right on the first turn, which is what I wanted. And Pyke leveling up here is great. Now I have nothing to worry about. Next turn I can even go for Cataclysm.
Out here, you're moving or you're dead.
Yeah, let's go ahead and Cataclysm that unit down. Sure, let's go for Scholarly Pioneer, even though it doesn't really matter. Ooh. A spell. Not really what my deck is focusing on. It's fine. You know what? Sure. Let's get the spell mana. This allows me to go for Pyke's Bone Skewer if the opponent attacks with the Sandstone's Chargers, which of course he does. It's alright. The game's going to take a little bit, but I'm still going to be able to win in the end. I'm definitely keeping control of the board. Do I summon something first? Nah, let's attack right away. And we got the highest cost unit in our deck. Lucky us.
Hang on. We're rolling.
Yeah, sure, let's drop down this guy.
Are you ready?
Next turn, I can go ahead and Cataclysm, and it will summon Jarvan alongside something else. Well, that's unfortunate. That's 3 of my units gone. Well then, let's make the opponent pay, shall we? Remembrance, I suppose.
Lady Luck is smiling.
Ours is but to do and die.
We won't be able to play anything else, but next turn I am pretty sure the opponent just dies because there's no way he can reduce the attack of all of these units. Yeah, sure, he can try, but he won't succeed. Yep. Simple game. I wonder if I'll have trouble with Ezreal. If I can level up Pyke right away, I can just full clear his board of Ezreal's extremely easily. But if he somehow has interaction to do with Pyke, which he might have, then I'll be screwed. Do I just take double power if on Pyke? You know what? Sure, it's funny. I'll do it. Now my Pyke is even more free than usual. You know what? Enfeebling Strike. Flexible game plan would only make it so we draw, or we overdraw, more cards. At least this way, our attacks will dampen the amount of damage the opponent can dish out if he has units on board and decides to block with them. Let's think. I'll play the Great Horn Companion to try and bait out, yeah, the Dune's Follower. With 3 units on board, I'm pretty safe to just do this. And yet again, it works weirdly. It struck 3 times in fact, but it only gained 14 damage towards level up progress, so that was what? Is it counting? Normally it counts overkill damage, but maybe it's only counting damage that was dealt in fact. So it was what, 8 plus 2, 10 plus 4? Where did he get the 4? I'm not understanding how the Pyke is working. Oh, whatever. Let's just go ahead and close out this question by leveling up Pyke right away.
I'm just getting started!
So yeah, I'll probably not be able to use leveled up Pyke on the first turn to clear the opponent's board of Ezreals. If he even has the card that duplicates his Ezreal.
You're gonna take your own
He
damn
might.
medicine.
In fact, I was thinking about something. With the sharpened resolved here, I might be able to just do this. Ooh, Gentleman's Duel is nice.
Wrong town, waster.
Ooh, I got lucky and hit the Barret Steel Protector. Never mind, I don't even need the sharpened resolve. I just do this. And the opponent's game is over. Definitely a high roll there. One that I didn't expect, but I'll gladly take it. Now, Shadow Totem on the Great Horn Companion. You know what? Sure. It's going to die right away after striking, but it's a way to strike or deal more damage with the strikes. Yeah, sure, let's pick up the In My Sights. Bloodbait is interesting. I don't think we need the Bloodbait, let's move on. And now I'm definitely cutting the Swiftwing Lancer. Even if it's a 3 mana. Then again, it fits in very neatly. Let's cut it. Even if it fits very neatly as a first turn play, I don't think it is extremely necessary. Especially because our earlier turns are already quite filled with options. Like we can go Pyke, we have Duran Sculptor, we have the Marai Songstress, we have Twisted Fate. Let's go. Let's go Songstress first. See the opponent's reaction. Yeah, Shimmering Mirage. That was the card that I was fearing. Well, let's drop down the Pyke and try to make the best out of it. I wonder, will I actually clear the opponent's entire board like so? Yes, I will. Well, in that case, let's do this then. Really force the opponent to lose his entire board. There goes his Ezreal duplication trick. Done. That's the end of my worries. Now all I have to do is just attack the opponent down until he dies. How do I deal with that though? I can just shuffle Pyke back into the deck. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll just drop down Twisted Fate. In fact, Twisted Fate clears one of those, so maybe I don't even need to... Never mind, I need to shuffle Pyke back in. Especially if he's going to do that. And debuff my Pyke a billion times.
Soak it in.
Oh, I didn't realize I had a full hand. Never mind. Still fine. Let's do this. This is a clear, right? I hope this is a clear. Even if it isn't a clear, I mitigated the amount of damage the opponent dealt.
What is darkness to the unseen?
Let's go ahead and drop down the Gallant Rider. Clear the opponent's unit. You know what? I don't want to sacrifice my Marai Songstress, so let's go ahead and do this. I have too many bone skewers anyway. Really now? You know what? That's incredibly annoying. At the very least I'll get rid of one of the curses by shuffling this guy back into the deck. But the opponent's definitely not making things easy for me. $60 health. I don't get the way to rally, which is unfortunate. Maybe I should just drop down Pyke here. Let's drop down the Durant Sculptor first, try to fish for something out of the opponent. That's quite something. Not exactly what I wanted him to play. I was hoping for an Ezreal or something along those lines. And now he's going ahead and attacking me. Well, I'll do this. Work on clearing up my hand a little bit.
Every work demands a piece of ourselves.
Stop being an annoying opponent. Just roll over and accept your fate. In fact, I'm pretty sure I win here.
Slight adjustment.
I have quite a lot of damage on board.
All or nothing.
In fact, I'm going to go ahead and do this and this right away. Then sure, I definitely close out the game here. Ooh, double Spirit Fire. Triple Spirit Fire. That might just save him. And it might also clear my entire board.
So good, I surprised myself. Don't blink, or you'll miss me.
That's way too frightening to live up.
Slaughter dog got nothing on me.
Neat. It actually kills both sides of the Ezreal. I was kind of just hoping it would clear at least one, but both of them is extremely good. Now I don't even have to worry about death here. And the opponent is extremely close to death. You know what? Let's drop down the Great Horn Companion. And depending on what he plays here, he might just die because I can Cataclysm. Never mind, I can't Cataclysm that down. If I Cataclysm that with Pyke, there's a chance I'll hit the unit and close out the game that way. Let's gamble on that. Let's pick up, yeah, that one. It's a lurker, so it will be relevant if the game doesn't end here. And the game doesn't end here. Maybe I shouldn't have gambled.
Mages can't hide.
Yeah, it's only a single turn delay. It's not terrible. And game over. The opponent doesn't even grace us with a reaction to his defeat. Sometimes they just get pissed and fire off spells randomly when they're dying. But he just wanted to get the game over with. I can respect that. Very good run. Didn't expect things to turn out that well. We definitely hit our... I think we got carried by the Treferian Might. It helped us keep control of the board very well. But Without it, we definitely would have struggled a bit. Yeah. So yeah, that will be it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye. Till then.